The episode was called The New Susie. It begins on a normal morning. Peppa gets ready for school, has breakfast with her family, and walks along the path to school. The weather is calm and everything seems normal. Peppa is smiling because she is excited to see her best friend, Susie Sheep. But when she arrives in the schoolyard, she immediately notices that something feels different. Susie is standing a little away from the other children. She is wearing dark sunglasses, even though the sun is not very bright. She doesn't wave to Peppa or run up to her like she usually does. She just stands there quietly, looking in Peppa's direction. Peppa walks closer and says, "Hello, Susie." Susie slowly turns her head and replies, "Oh, hello, Peppa." Her voice sounds calm, almost too calm. Peppa is surprised. Usually Susie laughs right away and starts talking about something exciting. Peppa asks why she is wearing sunglasses. Susie answers, "Because now I'm different." Peppa isn't sure what that means. During the lesson, Susie behaves strangely. She sits very straight and barely speaks. When the teacher asks a question, Susie answers calmly and briefly. During recess, the other children gather around her. Pedro says Susie looks very cool now. Rebecca agrees, but Peppa begins to feel uneasy. It seems like Susie has become distant, almost like someone else. Peppa tries several times to talk with her like before. She suggests playing games and running around the playground, but Susie answers only with short replies or stays silent. Sometimes she just looks at Peppa through the dark glasses, her expression barely changing. Peppa starts to feel a strange tension she can't explain. After school, Peppa invites Susie to come to her house. She hopes things will go back to normal there. Susie stays quiet for a moment and then says, "All right." When they arrive, George runs to the door with his dinosaur and happily says, "Susie." But Susie only replies softly, "Hello, George," and slowly walks into Peppa's room. Peppa takes out her toys and suggests playing, but Susie sits quietly and barely laughs. She occasionally looks around the room and adjusts her sunglasses. The house feels strangely quiet. Peppa begins to speak more carefully. "Susie, are you okay?" Susie turns toward her and says, "I'm just the new Susie." Peppa looks at her and softly replies, "I like the old Susie better." For a few seconds, Susie says nothing. Then she slowly takes off her sunglasses and suddenly starts laughing like before. "I was joking," she says. "I just wanted to try being cool." Peppa smiles with relief. George shows his dinosaur, and Susie starts playing with them again. The room feels normal and cheerful once more. In the evening, Susie says goodbye and walks home along the path. Peppa waves from the door and goes back inside. But as Susie walks away, she quietly puts the dark sunglasses back on. Her smile fades. Softly, she says to herself, "The new Susie." She slowly turns her head and looks back toward Peppa's house. At that moment, Peppa is watching her from the window. Their eyes meet for a second. Susie gives a small smile, but this smile looks very different from the one she had before.